10 Bad Money Habits to Avoid, according to Warren Buffett. Habits, unconscious behaviors, thinking, and making decisions. Everything has a purpose and an effect. While many begin with good intentions and set financial goals for themselves, but never achieve them and fail badly. Have you ever wondered why many of us fail to achieve certain goals or milestones in our lives? It's all because of our bad money habits, which are the major obstacle. And it's a shame that we end up having nothing after all of our efforts. But you can avoid these downfalls by watching videos like this to keep you learning and making smart decisions. Here are 10 bad habits to avoid on your journey to financial success. Don't waste money on unnecessary things. I really want this Lush jacket. I love it. It's pricey. I bought it. Now what? It's important to be mindful of your spending habits and not waste money on unnecessary items. You can take an inspiration from Warren Buffett's life of how he is implementing it in his own life. Because no matter where or how we shop, we are always tempted to spend money on random things. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy them at all. Just buy them wisely and not extravagantly. To cut a long story short, recognize the value of the items you buy. If it adds value to your life, buy it. If it does not, do not. This can include high-priced clothing, cars, and other luxury items that add no value to your life. So concentrate on long-term savings and investments. Don't let fear and greed guide your financial decisions. Investing your hard-earned money can be both frightening and rewarding in terms of increasing your wealth. However, emotional decisions can cloud your judgment and lead to poor financial decisions. It's critical to approach investing with a long-term mindset and not let fear or greed drive your decisions. If this was the case, then Warren Buffett would also lose hope when he was rejected from Harvard. But despite the rejection, he still became one of the world's most famous and wealthy value investors. To become a more effective investor, you must first understand how these two emotions can influence your investment decisions and what you can do to manage them. The best way to make sound decisions is to carefully consider your options and make your decisions on logical analysis. Hasty decisions always result in failure. Stop following the crowd. Just because something is popular or trendy does not necessarily mean that it is a good investment. Now, in terms of investment, Warren Buffett always gives out the advice that don't buy certain stocks just because everyone else is. Do your research before making investment decisions and don't get caught up in the hype. It is critical to think for yourself rather than simply following the crowd. Standing out from the crowd and making unconventional decisions can also be frightening. However, this attitude can earn you a superior position in life. There aren't many people at the top because the crowd never gets to the top. They're too busy fighting at the bottom. If you dare to climb that wall, it's much more beautiful on the horizon. Avoid taking on too much debt. Debt can be a useful tool, but you must be mindful of how much you borrow and ensure you can afford to repay it. Debt can be extremely damaging. It can literally drive you insane, both mentally and physically. A large debt burden prevents your family from living in the type of home or neighborhood you desire. Debt can also make you feel trapped in an unsatisfying job or unable to provide a good education for your children. In addition, taking on too much debt can lead to feelings of helplessness about your financial situation, which can easily lead to another negative factor, depression. Depression can set in when financial worries make you feel vulnerable and anxious. Believe me, you don't want that for yourself. Don't get swayed by media or hype. Don't let the media or the opinions of others influence your investment decisions. This frequently happens, for example, when scrolling through financial and investing content on social media. Some young guys say it can be difficult not to feel FOMO, and it can feel like you're falling behind or aren't where you should be. As if you will never achieve something because you did not invest early enough. People can also have a negative impact on your investment decisions, and the annoyance you feel when someone imparts their sharp wit on you. Not just any wisdom, but wisdom that makes you feel small, in a punch-to-the-stomach kind of way. This is a subtle remark implying that you may be doing something incorrectly or have wrong ideas about your investment plans. But don't let them cloud your judgment. Instead, do your research and make decisions based on facts and analysis. Avoid making emotional decisions. Take time to carefully consider your options and make decisions based on logical analysis rather than being swayed by your emotions. You will perform better if your emotions do not influence your decisions. It's in our nature to feel emotional, and if you try to stop feeling things, it's kinda pointless. Instead of trying to deny or suppress the emotion, be honest with yourself about what has bubbled them up to the surface. Figure out why you're feeling this way. Once you've acknowledged it, you'll be able to control it. Then, use your mind to determine the next action to take. So when making decisions, keep your emotions out of the picture. Do not time the market. It's impossible to predict exactly when the market will go up or down, so it's best to focus on long-term investing rather than trying to time your trades. The truth is that it's impossible to predict when market volatility will end. Investors who believe a strategy change is necessary should consider making gradual changes. And Warren Buffett himself loves it when stock prices drop, because it creates opportunities to buy at a discount. You could also wait until the volatility has subsided before making a sound decision, or at least can minimize the damage. What you should avoid is succumbing to the siren song of market timing. Avoid being too conservative or too aggressive. It's important to strike a balance in your investment portfolio and not take on too much risk or miss out on potential opportunities. When you are concerned to take risk that could cause your portfolio's value to fall, that means you're risk-averse and more conservative. And it's okay to be conservative with your investments to some extent, but being too conservative can deprive you of potential opportunities. Similarly, taking too much risk can harm your portfolio. Being a risk taker is good because you are looking for growth, but going the extra mile can harm your portfolio. Avoid being too diversified. While diversification is important, having too many investments can dilute your returns and make effective portfolio management difficult. The greatest risk of over-diversification is that it reduces your portfolio's returns while doing nothing to reduce its risk. Each new investment you add to your portfolio reduces the overall risk. At the same time, these additions reduce the portfolio expected return. The other risk of over-diversification is that it diverts your attention away from your top prioritized goals. While being unfocused may cause you to concentrate too much on losing investments and not enough on your goals. Again, Warren Buffett is a living example. Due to his wise advices, investors respect him so much that they call him the Oracle of Omaha. Don't be focused on short-term results. Warren Buffett once said, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree long ago." What it means that in life, as in investing, you must consider the long-term progression of events. It's important to have a long-term perspective and not get too caught up in the market's day-to-day fluctuations. A short-term focused strategy is just like if you are running with your head down and your eyes fixed on the few meters in front of you. You can run fast and watch where you step, but you have no idea where you're going or what the road will bring. With a short-term focused strategy, you could win all the battles, but you will still lose the war. The short-term strategy allows for short-term stability and quick wins. However, in the long run, it can cause major issues. So always choose the long term. Thank you all for sticking around to the end. Now that you know how to avoid these harmful habits that keep you from being successful, it's time to progress in life. And show your support by subscribing to the channel so you can keep learning and growing. Until next time.